almost anyone that has a garage, or even in your house, a business place, has use for casters. Now for me, I've got in my garage 2 file cabinets. They're heavy file cabinets, and I have to move them from one side of the garage to the other because in the winter I bring in the cars, and so the file cabinet has to go to the other side of the garage. And so it's on casters, and anytime I want to move the file cabinet, it's so easy because the casters just glide along so nice. And I'm using 2 rigid casters and 2 of them with swivels and a brake, so I can lock it into place. Makes for a pretty nice platform to set those file cabinets on, and the file cabinets are heavy. So there are many applications. I won't even try to think of all the possibilities. I might come up with one once in a while here, but you never know. So let's just take a look at the casters. This grouping here, where you see the yellow tape on this side, these are what we know as utility casters. This one, a rigid, a swivel, and a swivel with a brake. 100-pound rating on these. A pretty small caster, but a good caster. Then you go up, still in the utility category, with the rigid, a swivel, and a swivel with a brake, 115 pounds. So they're good casters, but we call them a utility caster, light duty caster. This one is a 2-inch wheel. This one is a 2.5-inch wheel. Pretty good casters, but the real casters start here with these. The wheel diameter here is a 3-inch wheel, but it stands higher than that. A very good wheel, very strong. It rolls quiet. It doesn't squeak or anything like that. And again, a rigid, a swivel, and a swivel with a brake are available in this industrial type caster, the heavy duty one. Now look at here. You go up to 255 pounds on these monsters per caster, and has a 4-inch diameter wheel. So a nice caster. Part of the reason I'm showing the video is when you look in the catalog, there's no, it's hard to calculate. Well, how big is that? It's hard to imagine. Well, maybe when you see it with somebody's hand or somebody standing there, it gets to be a little easier to see. So there is the 4-inch, and here is the 5-inch. And this one will handle 300 pounds per. So we have a rigid one and a swivel here, and a swivel with a brake. All of these are really nice casters, but I want to point out that in these casters, this one over here is a hard plastic, and these, starting with this one, are rubber. So these wheels are rubber. Actually, I don't think you would be disappointed in any of these industrial casters. We've sold thousands of these. Never hear anything about any complaints about them. We know they're good because we actually use them ourselves. Nice casters. And now that we've had a look at the industrial casters, let's focus our attention on what we call the regal ride caster. This caster is different than the other grouping in that it has the NSF rating. It's the National Safety or Sanitation Foundation rating. So it'll pass architectural specs. You can use them anywhere, but you might be asked to use casters that meet those requirements, and then these will work. This is a polyurethane type wheel in a dark blue, and these casters have ball bearings in them. A really high quality caster. Here you're looking at a 3-inch wheel, and your load is going to be at about 4.5 inches high. 250 pounds. All of these casters have a 250 pound per wheel load bearing. So here's a 4-inch wheel. The wheel is 4-inch, and it's 5 inches. Your load is 5 inches off the floor. So again, in this grouping, we also have a rigid, a swivel, and a swivel with a brake in all of the sizes. In the 3-inch, the 4-inch, and the 5-inch. The 5-inch back here sits your load is 6 inches off the floor, so it's up there. And here's your swivel, and your swivel with the brake. And there it is, our industrial caster collection. Really good ones. The Regal ride with the ball bearings, and then these industrial casters that are commonly used in shops and so on. Remember, this has got the National Sanitation Foundation rating in case it's spec'd by architects for your purpose. Well, let me show you my file cabinet that I put this caster on right here, and you can judge for yourself. So here you are looking at my file cabinet that I keep in the garage, and I put these yeah, actually, you know what I got on here? I thought I had these on here, but instead I have these. Well, that's good. I'm glad. Nice casters. Look how nice they were. See how that's rolls around so good? It moves around so nice. I can do pretty much anything with it. I think this is a good caster. And there you are. You should get you some of these.